This is Madison Baumruk, and my partner Patricia and I wrote this thematic unit lesson plan for the Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe at Oral Roberts University. And this lesson plan should be taught in a literature class for ELL students who are at an intermediate proficiency level and in 7th grade. The unit theme is Morals in the Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis. And I will be going over lesson 3 of this unit plan. So lesson 3 is over chapters 10 through 13. The lesson skills are reading, listening, and speaking, with the focus skill of writing. The lesson theme is courage and bravery, and this lesson should take about 60 minutes, but delivered over a span of 2 days, and this can be adjusted as necessary. The standard is students will compose essays and reports about topics incorporating evidence, specific facts, examples, details, and maintaining an organized structure and a formal style. The objectives from these standards are the linguistic and socio-affective objective is after discussing the moral of the text with their peers, students will be able to write about the moral in at least one paragraph using evidence from the text. The cognitive objective is the students will be able to analyze in writing the moral of courage and bravery using evidence, facts, examples, and details from the text. The materials are a student's copy of the book, an attached Word web document, materials to construct the wardrobe craft that students will be making, which could be colored cardstock, scissors, fun craft materials to decorate with, and that can just depend on what is available. So the first section of this lesson will be reviewing chapters 10 through 13 in vocabulary, so going over these chapters and facilitating a discussion about them and reviewing what the students read and then asking for vocabulary and going over any vocabulary words that the students brought back that they didn't know. Then you will do part B, which is an oral discussion, brainstorming, and group write. So ask the students what morals like bravery and courage they see in the text. Encourage them to use specific examples from the book to support their choice. So if they are not thinking of anything, you can use examples from the book of what morals you think, and then that will pose some discussion as they're discussing. Model how to use a word web by drawing one on the board and filling in their own ideas and examples. So you can draw in for one specific moral and bring the conversation narrative down to that after they've discussed it and start making a word web about, okay, here's the moral in the middle and then different examples supporting it as the rest of the word web. So inform the students that they will be writing a paragraph that discusses a moral from the book of their choice. Well, the moral of their choice, but from the book. Explain that the students should be using examples from the text to support their moral, and then go over the rubric and what is expected from this assignment so they know how they will be graded. So using the word web, model how to write a paragraph through class group, right? So have model like, okay, I'm going to make a topic sentence and have the students help you and do it together on the board so they can see the process of how they brainstormed, and now they will be actually writing a paragraph. So do that with the class on the board, and once finished, review the paragraph as an example for the students to model their own work after. Point out the topic sentence, supporting details, and concluding sentence, and ask them to point out and find the facts, examples, and details from the story in the text. Then you will have 3 workstations that students can do. The first station will be working on the wardrobe craft that they will be making, and then joining they will be working on the wardrobe craft that they will be making, and then they will be eventually gluing in their paragraph. And then the second station is they will be doing a simple word web to brainstorm ideas, and so they will get that started, and then they will rotate between these two stations for about 10 minutes, and then after they finish that, they will all move together and work on the third station, where they will use their ideas from the word web to start writing their individual paragraphs about the moral lesson of the story. Students will use clean sheets of paper for their paragraphs, and the teacher can guide them and help individuals as needed. And afterward, the written paragraph should either be creatively glued into their paper wardrobe, and then you can close the lesson by wrapping up and giving feedback to their writing activity, and then tell the students that they're assigned to read chapters 14 through 17 and continue listing unfamiliar vocabulary words with page numbers. So the instructions for the wardrobe are here, and or you can do anything you want, but basically they will be using paper to just fold and cut out a wardrobe that they will eventually glue in their paragraph or write it in. You can decorate as they want. This is just a very simple example. And then the rubric that you will be grading them on will be like this: 5 points for that they did it, 2.5 for that they somewhat did it, and if they did not do it, 0 points. And so here is the rubric.